absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to GWR Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Got some sirens going on somewhere.
It's here. They know what's up. They know what's up.
But I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzo'S, Marcus Fine, and Warren Misery, as always. How's it going, guys?
Super duper.
We got a big show tonight. We're going to get things started off. We're going to bring our first guest on. We're going to bring on Buck Sexton, owner of Warrior Pro Wrestling.
What's poppin', gentlemen?
How's it going, Buck?
It's going well, going well. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Long time no see for you guys. Sorry about what happened at the lead up of WPW 41, but we'll address all that.
Okay. Well, I know you got a big show coming up here in a couple of weeks. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. We got the card finalized for 42 coming up. We've got quite a few big matches. Everybody seemed to like what we did last month. So I'm looking forward to this month's show. Got T.Y. Ice is getting his first shot at gold against Brody Bodkins for the Warrior Pride Championship. You guys missed out on Eli Eros coming in for last month. He's now a part of the roster, officially signed. It's going to be him versus Jared Kripke for the heavyweight championship this month. That's his match versus David Knight last month. The highest viewed match from the last show. Thank you to Skyconic for being there and still capturing the footage for us, considering Jesse Winchester decided to suspend you guys for what Marcus had to say about him back at 40. Hey, I'm here for it. You guys know there's no love lost between me and Jesse, whether it's at WPW or NGW. Fuck that guy. All right. So I don't have to keep my language clean on this one, right?
Nope.
There we go. All right. So, also, for those that didn't see it, after my match last month, David Knight attacked me in the back because I stripped him and Tank of the tag team titles. Well within my right as the owner, just because Mr. Razmich has assigned Jesse to oversee his interests. I still have a say at my show. And if a team's not going to defend the tag titles for several months, they don't deserve to hold them anymore. So, he wanted to attack me last month, so I'm calling him out. If you guys paid attention to social media today, I'm gonna have somebody watching my back this month. I'm not gonna get blindsided again. I'll tell you that. So. But speaking of the power dynamic at WPW, like I said, Mr. Razmich has assigned Jesse to oversee his interests. And with everything going on between combating against him and Jared Kripke in the detail, as well as, the attack from David Knight and everything I need to do on that side of things, protecting my interests, I need somebody watching out for my interests when it comes to management of WPW, and I have decided that it will be none other than the ratings draw, Warren Misery.
Oh, okay.
Warren, if you will accept this, I would like you to work side by side with me to make sure that Jesse's power stays in check. and be co-general manager.
Buck, it'd be my honor and pleasure to keep Warrior Pro Wrestling on the side of the fans and away from his grubby little hands.
Yes. So
That's big.
I can only assume that with Warren being part of Gonzo's Wrestling Room, that suspension from last month will never happen again.
And
Sounds
even
good to
that,
me.
even still, if he wants to play that power play, and when he turns in and watches this, you little scumbag Winchester, I will gladly remove my spot from commentary just to get my guys back on. Because you're not going to punish my friends. You're not going to punish the Warrior Pro Wrestling fans and the Gonzo Wrestling Room school of seeing some of the best wrestling around because you don't like what we say, you little snowflake. So then and there,
Piece
I
of
will
shit.
gladly
Piece of shit.
He's a shit snowflake. That's something different.
Yeah. So
he got a little upset, and even like he said, and I quote on my post, he said he will be addressing me directly at Warrior Pro 42. You can address me out ringside, you can address me back room, you can address me in the parking lot with your little minions. I don't care, Winchester. I'm not afraid of you. I'm supporting Buck. I'm supporting Warrior Pro.
Well, I can tell you that him going behind my back with everything I had going on during that day and trying to make sure the show went off without a hitch and him pulling that stunt will never happen again, because now I have somebody on my side watching the business interests of WPW. And like I said, I've got somebody else coming back to watch my back with the Agents of Chaos as well.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like it's gonna be a big show.
It's
Stuff
gonna
going
be-
on.
It is going to be, Marcus, I would say explosive would be the word. Yeah, so I'm excited, guys. Again, you guys will never have that happen again. I can promise you that. So,
And like I said, you guys brought me in. I will make sure too, to my best of my abilities, that Gonzo's going to be there. And you know what? We're not afraid to reach out with that little olive branch for Skyconic. We all want to support, but we want to keep his grubby little mitts off of taking things away from the fans, the well-deserving fans.
exactly.
Well, that sounds great. I heard we missed a really good show. Unfortunately, we got suspended.
It
But,
was a really good show.
yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was very good. So, all the fans, hey, what's the date of that show?
March
And,
23rd.
Okay, March 23rd. Bell times.
2 bell at 3, as always. Come on out. Again, for those of you who haven't came out to see WPW, if you're still living under a rock, you're missing out. We try to give the closest to TV experience as possible. I believe we did a damn good job of that last month, and it's only going to get better. We've had luckily the new ownership agreement has been able to give us a little bit of extra capital to invest in the show to make it even better for everybody. So again, come on out, come check us out. Like I said, doors at 2, bell at 3. Catch a great show. Catch a fantastic concession stand with the awesome Rockstar Pizza. You never know. We may have a raffle for the VIP seats. You get a free pizza. You get to sit in some comfortable chairs and watch the show. I know Warren's won that once or twice and got to sit over there in those seats. So again, there's no reason to not spend a Sunday afternoon at WPW.
And there's not a bad seat in the place.
No.
Front row, comfortable seats, wherever you're at.
There is one bad seat. I have to sit in the back next to Jesse Winchester while we run the show.
Well, I hope he puts deodorant on.
I don't know if he owns deodorant, all right? Especially with the way he's hanging out with all these detail kids. He's brainwashed all these young kids who are just trying to break into the business, and now they think that they've got some type of opportunity because they've latched onto him, and it's sad, really, to see.
We'll keep that in line. We'll keep their egos level.
I have to ask why I got you guys on. Are you guys going to be at NGW?
When is NGW?
March 22nd. Because
22nd. I think,
Not to-
if I remember right, I think we're booked.
No booked.
not to pivot too much, but after what happened February 22nd, it is going to be myself and Jesse Winchester, last man standing All right. I thought I took him out of the ring almost a year ago. I'm definitely going to make sure he's taken out of the ring on the 22nd, and then Warren's going to keep him in check at WPW moving forward, so that way we can limit that guy.
Oh yeah.
Sounds great to me. I always thought he was a scumbag, and I was proven right.
Right? So,
Even when he did commentary back with us many moons ago.
speaking of scumbags, he must have gotten in the ear of Cecil Cervasis as well. I don't know what he thought bringing Brass Knuckles out last month against Ruthless Domination, but Scorpion is going to get his hands on Cecil this month, and Tyler Scott's going to have to answer for it as well, facing off against Hammer.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll have to make sure we do a little way to where the tag team members stay out of the ringside here, so we can have fair fights. Because
hey, well, that is your job now, Warren.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
you don't answer to Jesse, you don't answer to Jack, you answer to me. All right. So let's take
works
care of
for
business.
me.
Sounds awesome. Buck, is anything else you want to touch on?
No, I think we covered the whole
I
card.
know there is one thing I did want to say you were talking about was with new stuff. I saw you're sponsoring a car.
Oh yeah.
That's
I forgot
awesome.
about that. Yeah, awesome. We are going to be an associate sponsor during Brickyard Weekend on an ARCA car out at the IRP race on Friday night. That's very exciting that we get to do that. Again, I posted on Facebook, but the two things that I wanted to be when I was a kid was a race car driver or a pro wrestler. Obviously, I suck at one, and I'm never going to get to do the other. So this is the next closest thing, is having my wrestling company sponsoring a race car during my absolute favorite weekend of the year. The Brickyard Weekend has been near and dear to my heart since I went to the first one in 1994. I have missed exactly one of them, and it was because I was at basic training. And damn it, I tried every way possible to make sure I made that one as well. So 30 years strong going out there, and now my logo is going to be on the side of a race car on July 25th out at IRP. I'm just incredibly blessed to have these opportunities.
That's awesome. That sounds great, man.
Yeah.
Big things for War Pro and for Buck Sexton.
Oh, and I guess if we're plugging, I keep plugging shit. He's back and he's better than ever. Eric Bischoff officially confirmed for Squared Circle 5. Not only will he be, I don't want to give too much away, but not only will he be at Squared Circle 5 with us on Friday and Saturday, so both days, but also that Saturday night, make sure you're in Crawfordsville. That's all I'm going to say. So, if you're not making the March show, definitely make the April show out in Crawfordsville, because I don't know, maybe the second most important man in all of wrestling history might be there. So
Sounds great. Well, Buck, thanks for your time. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you backing us up, and congratulations to Warren.
yeah.
No, thank you, Buck, the Buck Sexton. Thank you so much. We're, like I said, we're going to work together, and we're gonna keep making Warrior Pro what it is and what the fans want, and not the gloom and doom that Mr. Winchester wants.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming on. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Yep. Well, next up, we're going to bring our next special guest up, Alex Bolton, the owner of FEW.
Sure, he's a special guest.
Well, yeah, he's special, all right.
Special, yeah.
Oh, shots fired before I even get on here, guys. Dang.
You are special. Hey, you're on all the time. You are special.
Hey,
Don't get upset.
I can't help that I'm the best looking, and your guys' ratings truly go up when I'm on here. All right.
He might be catching up to Mike King about being on here the most.
Now, Marcus was complaining to me before we brought you on. Here's Warren. He's commissioner now at Warrior Pro. Marcus wants to know why he's not commissioner at FEW.
Well, there is a commissioner of FEW. His name is Mark.
Yeah, but he could be co-commissioner, co-conspirator, whatever.
Who knows? The door's always open. Marcus knows that.
Thank you, Dave. I'm so blessed, so thrilled about this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, congratulations. All joking aside, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Alex, what do you want to talk about? I'll be like Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about?
Well,
Story time with Alex Hilton.
I know what Cody
let's
wants to talk about. Cody wants to talk about a sore nuts. That's what Cody wants to talk about. But
I think I was one of the only people in the world that called that like multiple days in advance. It's like in storytelling wise, that was the only thing that made sense when you looked at the Elimination Chamber. That's the only thing that made sense was for John Cena. I did not know they were going to do it then. I thought they were going to wait a little bit, and I thought the reveal was actually going to be at WrestleMania, but I figured that John Cena was going to side with The Rock.
it was very good. Well, I know you got a big show coming up.
Oh, massive show. Massive show.
If I remember right, it's this coming Sunday, right?
This Sunday, March 9th, yes, at the H.J. Rick Center, home of FEW. Obviously, doors open at 5, bell times at 6, general ideal. We do have something special. If you guys get in the door a little early, we are going to start some festivity type things a little early. We have the 2025 America's Ultimate Queen going to be in the house. You guys have met the 2024 Queen already, Shay. We have Ashley Gibbs going to be in the house. It's going to be her first time at an official FEW show. So we're going to kick stuff off with her. So make sure you're in the building a little early to not miss out on that. I mean, what do you guys want to know? You guys want
to give us maybe a few matches?
Yeah, what's going on with the card, man? Set this bad boy up.
I think he froze up.
Oh, yeah. We lost him.
Oh, am I back?
There he is.
Look, you're back.
Okay.
Give us a few matches.
Okay, so just a few matches then. Okay. So, oh crap! Of course, I see the issue already. We're going to start with the astonishing Ashton Adonis facing brutal Bob Evans. That is a massive matchup. We have the true in-ring vet versus one of the best up-and-comers in the entire country, bar none, in Ashton Adonis. We had Elijah Arrows had his open challenge answered. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, by Nate Cobain. It's going to be my first time seeing him. He's done a lot of stuff elsewhere. I think that he's going to be a great fit in the FEW locker room. Got some
talent.
Yeah, we got we have Crystal Moon and Matthew Grant. Let me make sure this is no, sorry, Crystal Moon and Mikey. Crystal Moon and Mikey facing Hidari and Storm. That right there is going to be a slobber knocker of a match. So Storm's been trying to get her hands on Crystal Moon since the match where Crystal won the championship, the scramble match. So she finally gets her hands on her. But real quick, before I go into any other matches, there's actually a little bit of a change to a match. If you guys have been in there a couple times, J-Rock and Brandon Day cannot stop interfering in each other's matches. These guys have been around and around the road again. Literally, these guys have been fighting probably longer than I've been alive at this point. Okay? So it comes to an end. It's already been advertised one-on-one, but I talked to Mark. This is going to be a tables match. I'm tired of it. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, I'm bigger and I'm better." All right, prove it. Let's see if you're big enough to pick your opponent up and put them through a table. So, Brandon Day versus J-Rock Daddy will be a tables match this Sunday.
That should be a great match. Both of them guys are tough guys. I do have a question here. Actually, it's from Justin Danger. Is this when the Brutal Bob Evans seminar is at this show?
Yes, Brutal Bob Evans will be there for the seminar. It's going to be starting at 12 o'clock, I believe. I don't have that pulled up. It's either 12 or 1 for the Brutal Bob Evans seminar. Open to any trained wrestler. I highly, highly recommend. He has connections all over the country, and there's going to be two that leads into another match. Two of the top standouts, handpicked by Bob Evans, will be facing the tag team champions, Matt Grant and Mikey.
That's a big match here, right there.
You come to a seminar and you get a chance to have a championship match that same night. It does not get any better than that.
Well, I agree.
And honestly, too, I mean, like FEW, you guys have a lot of great guys come in and do a lot of great seminars. I've seen lots of wrestlers come in and have provided their knowledge and
yes,
a lot of those guys. And it's open for everyone, so that's what's really super cool.
Yes, whether you're a manager, I would say even if you're a promoter, Bob Evans has done every single step of the road. I'd highly recommend anybody and everybody. If you think that you know everything, you're in the wrong business.
I've heard a lot about Bob Evans. I've never seen him in action before, but I've heard a lot about him. So I'm excited to see that on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an amazing show. I'm pumped about it myself. Mark's done a really good job. Speaking of doing a good job, I was going to try to sneak him on here, but I mean, have you guys been paying attention to Ricky Guns? He has got to be the most improved wrestler of 2024, 2025. He has got to be. That man has put in so much work and effort, and I'm talking behind the scenes, in front of the camera. He has been putting in work. So Mark has decided that, why not give Logan Myers a true challenge for his next Mid-Continental title defense? So it's going to be a triple threat match. Logan Myers versus Ricky Guns versus everybody's favorite, Bird. You want to talk about the match of the night, the match of the year candidate? And I'm not a big fan of triple threat matches, but that one right there will probably be match of the year contender.
Well, that should be a great match. Plus, there's history between Ricky Guns and Bird. They've went at it a few times. So there's definitely history there, too. Now you got a belt on the line. Not going to be easy getting past Logan Myers, but like you said, a triple threat, anything can happen. So
exactly,
a great match.
Yep. And just to kind of throw it out there a little bit, we are doing a poll on the website, frontierelitewrestling.com. Go on there. There's a poll. We have a massive match for the FEW Heavyweight Championship. We have Mitchell Taylor defending against Jacob Rose. There will be a winner. Mark is put in stone. We're not doing this DQ crap that Mitchell keeps trying to run away. That's not how we're doing it in FEW anymore. So there's a poll, 3 different match types. Go on there and vote. Voting will actually be ending tomorrow, so make sure you go in there and get your vote in for match type on that. That's a 100% fan decision matchup right there.
I gotta get on there and vote then.
Yeah, how was that classic? That old way back in the day, Shawn Michaels in the back with the WWE. He's like tapping at the computer. Remember that?
Yeah.
Back when he had the stats.
Yep. Taboo Tuesday. Yep. We decided to put the ball in the fans' hands because ultimately we want to know what the fans want to see. I don't want to just like, hey, here's this match, and Mitch is gonna do what Mitch does and cheat to win, tase people, whatever. So we're not doing that no more. Fans are gonna choose. If they have any suggestions on anything else, our emails are open. There's a sign up on our website now. You can join the FEW fan club to get special perks. We kind of went over that in this Beyond the Bell video. So we have many different opportunities for people to get involved in FEW. And I will say this, we put on the best show in the Midwest. I'm not saying Indiana. We put on the best show in the Midwest. I'll put our roster against any roster in the country even. And I think we stand toe-to-toe.
You guys have improved greatly, man, since we first started coming to your shows a year or so ago. You're probably definitely one of the most improved shows that I've been to. You guys put out great shows, great matches every time I've been there in the last 8-9 months. So you guys are doing a great job.
And then saying that's not taking anything away from anybody else, obviously, because I think everybody is bumping their game up, and I love it. Iron sharpens iron. It's nothing bad. We're not trying to. It's not the territory times. It's like me and Joey. Me and Joey talk. We share ideas. Me and Buck. We've talked. You know, iron sharpens iron. Stop the territory shit.
I agree 100%. Well, can you tell us the date again and your bell times and all that stuff again, please?
Yes. So Sunday, March 9th. It's already up in the big bright lights of the theater. March 9th, bell times at 5. Doors open at 5. Bell times at 6. This Bob Evans seminar for wrestlers starts at 1 o'clock. I did just confirm that. So make sure you're there. We got a tables match. We have a fans choice match. We have multiple title matches. You do not want to miss the show. Get online, get your tickets now. I mean, I don't know. You can even get a special deal if you pay attention to your email after you sign up for that for the newsletter. So be sure to check that newsletter email before you buy your tickets.
Again, fans, if you've never been to a show, check it out. I can highly recommend it. They put on great shows there. A great venue. He said, like you said, it's at a theater there in Greenfield. Great venue to watch wrestling. So definitely check out this show for FEW this Sunday. They do great work. Well, Alex, anything else you want to plug before we get off here?
Get out, support independent wrestling, guys. As I always say it. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what company. I don't care. Get out, support independent wrestling. Stop the little locker room drama here, whatever. Doesn't matter. Get out, support independent wrestling.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks a lot for coming on. We're going to move on and get
right on, guys.
Independent wrestling report going. Thanks a lot,
hey,
man.
Take it easy.
Okay, Mr. Fine, you ready to go?
Tag him in.
All right, we got a lot to go over here.
Okay.
Warren, did you do a top 5?
Oh no, I didn't.
All right, well, you want me to go ahead and do Kelly's
did the show, so.
Yeah, those guys hadn't been the ones, so they're excused.
Yeah, I only did the 2, and probably the same as you guys. Anyways.
So, all right, I'll do ours then, real quick.
I've got a top 5 for regular pro wrestling. I've got that. So.
Okay. Well, here's Kelly's top 5 for February. At number 5, she had Mike Noble winning the Gunslinger title. Number 4, Ruthless Domination beating the James Gang in a non-title match. 3, Heart and Soul, Cecil and Tyler Scott winning the WPW tag belts. 2 was Logan Myers winning the WCW Outlaw belt. And number 1 was IK3 versus Jared Kripke at Warrior Pro Wrestling. She put that as number 1 for the both of them for the showing they had last weekend. So
yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Marcus, what's your top 5?
All right. And I already said she copied off of me. Then she kicked me with her foot, and it was a terrible thing. But number 5, I had Ruthless Domination for beating the James Gang non-title match. 4, I had T.Y. Ice. He defeated Cecil. No, he didn't. He defeated Jeremy Halley to become the number 1 contender for the Warrior Pride title. At number 3, Cecil, Cerveza, and Tyler Scott for winning the Warrior Pro Wrestling Tag Champs. 2, I give to Mike Noble, new Gunslinger title holder. And number 1, Logan Myers for becoming the Outlaw Champion. And when I read the results, you'll see why those guys are in there. Maybe I should have done the results first and then the top 5s. But
wasn't there a tag match you really liked too?
yes, and then in the piss poor, suck ass, worst thing I've ever seen of all time. We won't go there. But anyway.
Don't be teasing.
Well, I think we all know.
Well, I know because I wasn't there. I got an idea.
You have to be there to know.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I'll do my top 5 for pro wrestling real quick, Marcus.
All right.
Okay, my top 5 for pro wrestling for the month of February. My number 5 was Will Ospreay. My number 4 was Mariah May and Toni Storm, who had an absolutely great match at their last pay-per-view, or I guess it wasn't a pay-per-view, but whatever it was over in Australia. Number 3 was I've got a tie there. I got a 3-way tie. I got Fraxian, Oba Femi, and Stephanie Vaquer, who's just been all three doing a great job on NXT. So I put them in the number 3 spot. My number 2 is Cody Rhodes, My number one's Jey Uso. We got to see win that Royal Rumble there at the here in Indiana. So that was a fantastic time. So he was my number one for the month of February. So that's my top 5. Okay, Marcus.
All right. All right. Well, this week I have a congratulations. I have no well wish. Well, we could still pray for Ref Luigi. He's still having. And we'll just leave it at that. But we do want to congratulate Will Asher and Mrs. Asher. They had a baby Friday the 28th. So this Friday, Will Asher and Mrs. Asher welcomed the baby girl. I believe it was a baby girl. So congratulations to you. All right. Birthdays. Tomorrow, the one and only Juanita Owens, the snack bar lady at the Dub, the mother of Joey Owens, the wife of the late Don Basher. Juanita's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Juanita.
Happy 35th birthday.
Yes. Yes. Bruiser Jr.'s
Better be
birthday.
nice. She'll come over here. She'll
I
come over here.
know.
She'll come over.
I know she will.
She'll come over here and whoop your ass.
I take on Joey before I take her on.
Oh, that's why I'd agree. Yeah, anytime anybody gives me any shit, not to name any names like Brian Cranville or anything, but anytime it's like, hey, you want to kick me out of the arena? You go right ahead. You talk to Juanita, and then he shuts up. So anyhow, okay, I guess Mark House's son's birthday is, I guess, in the day. That's what Alex has got on there. So happy birthday, Hunter.
Yeah.
Will Asher's in there. Yes, congratulations on your baby. Okay, Dick the Bruiser Jr.'s birthday is today also. On Wednesday, Ari Alexander's birthday is on Wednesday. On Friday, mine and Alex's buddy, the Micro Andre, no, it's not, Andrew the Giant, one of the Micro's birthday is on Friday. Also on Friday is Derek Winter. He is a Supreme wrestler from down at Supreme Championship Wrestling, but he's also been at the Dub several times.
I've seen him. He was at Comic-Con or PopCon.
Yeah.
One of them.
Okay, so you're familiar with him.
Yes.
And then Casey Clay, you've seen her FEW. She's brought in the Thrillbillies, I think is what those guys' name was.
Yeah, I've seen her, and also seen her, or a good buddy, your good buddy, Walter Buckley's show.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, her birthday's on
That was
Friday.
absolutely devastating.
Absolutely devastated.
So that's everybody's birthday. So happy birthday to everybody. I'm just going to continue talking. Anyway, so happy birthday, everybody. And if we missed you, happy birthday. And all right. Now over to results. 2 very awesome shows Kelly and I attended. Chris and Tony attended one of them as well. Friday night, sold out crowd at the Outlaw Arena for WCW's Absolute Zero. It saw Mike Nova. No, it didn't. Why am I coming up with these names?
I got a combination here.
Oh, I see how I wrote it. Okay, I don't know why I wrote it like that. Anyway, Mike Noble defeated Andre Stray and Zach Nova to become the new WCW Gunslinger title. He has regained it. He is now a 2-time WCW Gunslinger champion. Pogo and Johnny Blaze defeated Max Sterling and Austin James.
Real quick, don't insult Zach Nova like that. And
I apologize.
yeah.
I'll make it up to him here in a minute when we read off Saturday's results.
Okay.
But anyway, so Pogo and our guest of the night here in a few minutes. Johnny Blaze defeated Max Sterling and Austin James. Phoenix defeated Timmy Jackson. Zay Gates, David and Clayton Clark defeated the Highlight Reel and Dex Royal. IK3 defeated Rachel Armstrong. Ruthless Nomination defeated the WCW Tag Team Champions, the James Gang, but it was a non-title match. Jackson Morgan defeated Waterboy, Brody Buckins, and Cecil Cerveza in a fatal 4-way. Main event, match of the night, Logan Myers defeated Malenko. He is now the new WCWO Outlaw Champion. Congratulations to Logan Myers, and I guess we'll congratulate Mike Noble as well.
He gets it.
So then on Saturday, Chris, Tony, Kelly, and I was at DCCW's 7-year anniversary show in Muncie, Indiana. Andre Stray defeated Mike Noble. Ruthless Nomination defeated Hank Calhoun. And get this, Ward, T.S. Wiley, who was thrown in the match. He didn't have any idea, but he got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, he did.
It was good to see. Zay Gates defeated Christian Cash. Jordan James defeated the Waterboy. TJ Powers and Jackson Morgan defeated Ricky Guns and Johnny Blaze in one of two matches of the night. Because Tony, I'm sorry, I can't pick one of these. They were both very good.
It was very
Zach
hard.
Nova defeated IK3 in a no DQ match. That was a hell of a match.
Wow.
And the main event saw Brody Balkins defeat Maliko to retain the DCCW US title, which also a damn good match. So I can't pick match of the night. Those were the match of the night. Those two right there.
Yeah, I agree. And can you give a pick out of them two, Chris?
Not a non-biased pick. They were both real good. But if I had to pick one, if I was forced to pick one, it would be IK3 and Nova. But like I said, it's unbiased because you know how I feel about IK3. So,
yeah.
But
I keep
both
going back and forth. It
yeah,
was great.
the whole show was
very good.
real solid.
Oh,
Thought it ran smooth.
oh, man, it did. And real quick, give a shout out to Terry Coons. I say that because Terry's always been part owner, but he's with Mike King not there as much. He had to step up and do a little bit more and do some things that he wasn't used to doing. Thought he did a real good job getting thrown into the fire. He still had some help, had some good help there with Joey Owens and some other people there to back him up. But I thought Terry did a good job. The show ran smooth, ran really good. So I thought he did a good job.
And speaking of Ricky Guns, I think the tag team of Ricky and Johnny Blaze, I don't know if those guys will team again, but I think they had a pretty good showing.
Hey, I'd like to see it because I think it could be a really, really strong tag team
Yeah, I do
throughout the
too.
area. I really believe that.
So they're both good as singles, and they were very good as a tag team. So, yes.
Yep.
That's all I have, guys.
So you got Marcus? Okay, well, real quick before we bring our guest, we're going to talk a little bit Elimination Chamber. Did everybody get to see the show? I know
didn't
Marcus
see it.
did that.
I heard about it.
Okay. Chris actually me and Chris watched the show together. We stayed up about 3:30 in the morning and watched it. Our problem was we was home early, but the dang Netflix won't let you show it,
Or Peacock.
won't let you watch it until everything's over. So we had to wait till the press conference was over. So it was like one in the morning before we could watch it.
Yeah, they won't let you rewind,
No.
which is stupid.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
But okay, well, I'll give the kind of results. First match we'll go over the women's tag team match. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton beat Nia Jax, and can't think of her partner's name right now. Can't remember her name. That's Johnny Gargano's wife.
Tell you what, that's
It's LeRae.
Yeah, Candice LeRae.
yeah, that's it.
Pretty good match. Fans loved it, of course, being there in Canada with Trish Stratus. So the fans loved it. It's pretty solid. Pretty good match. Next, I want to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the unsanctioned match. I love this match. I thought they did
No,
a lot
Warren,
of-
you need to go back and watch that, so bitch.
yeah, a lot
I've
of
seen
cool
it.
stuff.
I've seen it in Ring of Honor.
Okay,
I've seen it everywhere they've been. This is like the 35th, 40th time
You've seen it from Canada.
they've wrestled each other. Now, like I've said to some of my friends are talking about, I would hope it is superb because they've done this
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah.
That's my only critique. My only critique is they have done this. It's a go to the well type match. Like, oh, when all else fails,
Well, but the reason I think they did this there, because a lot of people said, well, this is going to be a WrestleMania match. That's why they didn't do it at WrestleMania. They did it. They was calling it their Canadian WrestleMania. They put that match on there. Fans loved it and got it out of the way. Set up for Randy Orton to come back, and it's going to be Randy Orton, probably Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. So I love the match. I thought it was very good. What'd you think, Marcus?
The only complaint I had was Michael Cole shut the hell up.
He wasn't a little
Because
crazy.
I got
did he?
tired of him saying, let's stop it, let's stop it, let's stop it, let's stop it. Okay, how many times you got to say that in a 30-minute? I mean, he must have said that 300 times. It's like it's an
Yeah, he did
unsanctioned
say-
match, dude.
it's an unsanctioned match. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and you had the first ref in all black, and then after he got taken out, the other refs come out in their full.
Yeah.
It's unsanctioned. It's unsanctioned. No,
Yeah.
this-
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I love the
like
fact that
too.
they had the lights blackened out and that first referee came out. I like doing that. That's old school. That's what it used to be in the NWA and stuff. So I loved it. Chris, what do you think of the match?
No, I really liked it. I thought it was good. Orton coming back was cool. He's a big son of a bitch. So
Yeah, he's getting more trim and muscled.
But,
Every time he
no,
beats
I
him, returns.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I like the intensity that both guys had and stuff. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too. And I've seen quite a few people saying so. Of course, it's very early on in the year, but there's some people saying it's a match that should be considered for match of the year, and it was very good. I enjoyed it. Next up, the women's elimination chamber match, guys. Starts off hot right out of the gate. Jade Cargill comes out and takes out Naomi, and she don't even get to compete in the match. What do you guys think about that?
They botched the storytelling. Why didn't they shut the gate when she was coming up? Why did they leave it open? Why didn't she attack Naomi when she was coming down the aisle? This is along the line Marcus is thinking of. That makes no sense.
No, I can tell you why they did that. Because where she got the hell beat out of her at, where was that camera angle at the whole time?
On Belair. Yeah.
On Belair, so she could sell the beating. That's why they
could have
did
put
that.
Belair in a different pod closer to the ring entrance. And
They
she
could
could
have,
have
but the other thing is, guys, I'm telling you something. Naomi's not the one who attacked her.
They pointed out Belair started taking her stuff off in the pod. Like
Belair's the one who attacked her. Belair, if you go back and watch it, Belair starts taking off her jacket and getting ready to fight, even though she's in that pod. Go back and watch that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Belair is the one that attacked her, I believe. So I loved it. I thought it was done very well. I loved the fact that she shut her head in the cage. I liked it. Chris, what do you think?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that part. Okay, yeah, he was out smoking. I forgot. Okay.
You want
Marcus,
my
what do you
complaint?
think?
I thought the match was good. The ending was bullshit.
The ending?
Either Roxana Perez is out the younger one,
Yep.
Roxanne Perez.
or Alexa Bliss should have won it. We've already got Charlotte Flair snuck in there for being gone for a year. Now she's main event. Now we're going to do Belair, Bianca again. Give somebody else that shot. Hang on, man. Alexa, shut up. Yeah, I said the word, so she kicked in.
Alexa was on your ass about that. So come on. No, Bianca ain't been in a championship match for 2 years.
I know, but still.
And everything's been fine. Everything's been fine.
I'm telling you guys, I'm all for Bianca and Rhea Ripley. I think it's a great match. And who else? I mean, okay, you go put Roxanne in there. Roxanne's not ready for that.
No, she's not ready.
Roxanne.
I think Alexa Bliss would have been good.
They're going to push Bliss into the
She's
white
only been back a couple months.
But Charlotte Flair hasn't been back at all. And she's got it.
Who?
Charlotte Flair hasn't been back at all, and she's doing it.
I can't argue that point about
Yeah,
Charlotte
but
Flair.
Charlotte Flair's the best in the business.
I can't argue about the fact about Charlotte Flair. I can't argue that point.
With Alexa Bliss, I don't know if I've never said. Did she modify the Sister Abigail?
Yes.
She moves her arm like I thought I saw. She's sort of like
She sets it here, and then right before she does it, she moves. She comes over over the top. Yeah.
I have another question. Who's Liv Morgan the tag team champ with? I didn't know that even took place.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I will give kudos to Liv Morgan. She took one hell of a beating, especially that whooping hair braid.
Took one hell of an exposure too.
I'll tell you what. The last 6 months or so, maybe even last year, she may be the MVP of the ladies division.
No, I can agree with that one.
And the last 3 or 4 minutes, of that match, them two, Belair and Liv Morgan put on a great match. You got to see the match? Or you just missed that part?
I saw part of the match. I saw the end and all that. I saw a lot of the match. I didn't see much of it. I saw like the middle and I missed the beginning because I was outside.
Okay. Yeah, I loved it. Next up, the men's elimination chamber. John Cena was the winner of that elimination chamber, guys. What do you guys think?
I know why they done it, but I wasn't happy about the way they did it. I know why they done it.
Really?
Well, yeah, he beat. Yeah, he should not have come out there. Again, there you go. Why can't Alexa Bliss won that? Because now you got John Cena, who's been gone even longer, and now he's main eventing. But I know why they did it, because they had to set up the Rock thing. I understand the story, but
what do you think about the heel turn?
The heel turn, that was very well done. Very well done. I love the way that Rock really showed no. He just stood there. Kind of did that. But he didn't react. He just watched it happen.
Just watched it happen. Did the cut the throat signal there, and I love the way Cena's expression changed. Almost looked like a robot.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the way they did it. I thought it was very well done. I think Cena's going to win the belt.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think Cena's going to win the belt, but I think him and Rock will have a falling out. I know Buck said it'll happen towards the end of the year. I think it'll happen at SummerSlam. I think somebody will beat him. I'm going to say Cody will get the belt back, and then I think Cena will turn back from the dark side to the good side.
I give it. Maybe. I'm thinking more Survivor Series, but maybe.
Aren't we sitting at one? Because they've had 2 WrestleManias against each other, Rock and Cena. Aren't we in need of that rubber match, that third one?
They could get another match.
So maybe.
Well, I think that's how Cena ends I think how Cena ends his career is against The Rock.
Yeah, so I think that maybe the third match, like at a.
Won't be at a WrestleMania.
Well, no, it won't be at WrestleMania, but they're going
to
build that.
Or they could do it Survivor Series, or they could do something special in December or something, because his last appearance is supposed to be in December sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. I really liked the camera angle when Punk stomped CM or Rollins stomped CM Punk before he left the Elimination Chamber. I thought the camera angle on that was cool because you didn't even see him coming.
Yep.
Came out of nowhere. I thought the match was good. And I thought the heel turn was done. I don't know if you could have done it really any better. I really liked it. I thought Cena would win the chamber, but I really didn't think he was going to turn.
What do you guys think? Well, before I ask this question, let me ask you. I want to go back to something real quick because he brought up camera angles. Marcus, what do you think of how they did that with Randy Orton when he was about ready to give the punt kick to Kevin Owens, and you didn't see none of the all you see was that corner, and then out of nowhere, here comes all those agents and stuff in there to block it and pull them out of the way.
Yeah.
I thought that was shot. I thought that was shot fantastic. Yeah. Just fantastic.
Yeah, the camera angles on the TV broadcast were real good that night.
Yeah, did a great job. But real quick, what do you guys rate this? I've heard people say this is the greatest heel turn of all time. I don't buy that. I think it's a good heel turn. I think it's a very good heel turn, but I think one's got to be Hogan, in my opinion. Whether you like Hogan or not, I think it's the greatest heel turn of all time. I compare this more along the lines of maybe like Andre the Giant heel turn, which I think is one of the better ones. Seth Rollins' heel turn on the Shield was fantastic too, because it came out of nowhere. The only difference being is the Shield was fairly new. It only been around for a couple of years and very well known and very popular. But Cena being what he was, I think it comes close to Hogan, but I don't think it beats Hogan.
I mean, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's as close as they make it sound. Because there was a whole different aura. Who's the third man? I would put this closer to Rollins versus Shield than I would Hogan at Bash the Beach, because it was immediately expected. This was like Hogan come out. Oh, here he's coming out, and then boom. This wasn't even.
What helps this is that, like I talked to Marcus earlier, the only thing that helps this is because back then you didn't have social media. This was on social media, and in 12 hours had over 100 million views. So, I mean, that's the advantage this has. And it's all more global now. But, yeah, more people probably seen this, but overall. But, yeah, it's just hard to beat the Hogan one. I mean, they threw trash. They went crazy, almost had a riot. So, I think you got to give the edge there. What do you guys think about Cody throwing out the big FU?
I loved it.
To the Rock.
I was laughing because they blooped this.
The holy shit chance. They was bleeping out.
I knew the shit word was in there. God damn, I'm doing you now, Cody. I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Yeah, they blocked the holy shit tags, but he said, fuck you. And it's like, wow, okay. They didn't bloop that at all.
Wait, if you're going to let dude stand in the middle of the ring and smoke a damn joint, surely you can say fuck you. I mean, that dude's just randomly there. That's what kills me.
Because that was a he was there. He's going to wrestle eventually.
Yeah, I guess he's been been trained.
He's going to wrestle eventually. Who knows what kind of match?
I can't remember what's his name. Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, Travis
The
Scott.
rumor is you may see him and Bad Bunny go at at some point, maybe in a tag match or something set up. I tell you, I think what we're going to, I'm serious, I think we're going to get at one of the nights of WrestleMania. I think we're going to get, of course, I'm having my brain fart. We're going to have Rock and Cena against Cody and Roman Reigns.
Well,
I think Roman is going to come to the aid, and that would be a huge tag match. I think we may get that at WrestleMania. Of course, there'll be other matches. Of course, you're going to see, Cena and Cody and stuff. But I think we may see that. I think Roman is somehow, some way going to come to the aid, because they've been trademarking the new name for nickname for Roman Reigns, and it's the final tribal chief. So the final tribal chief against the final boss. I think that's what we're going to be looking at. It may be even a match between them two. If not, then maybe at SummerSlam, because there's 2 nights of SummerSlam coming up now at a big stadium. I think, was it Cleveland? I think the first one, if I remember right.
I'm not sure.
Okay, guys. Anybody else got any thoughts on the pay-per-view? I loved it. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, it was all right. It had some high points and it had some piss-off points. So, I mean,
which was better, Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber?
I don't think you could outdo the Royal Rumble right now. That's going to be really hard. And I wasn't there. You guys was, but I still, it's going to be hard to outdo the Royal Rumble.
See, I liked it every bit as well. I did, personally. Now, Austin said the same thing you did. Well, he thought it was close, but he loved the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He thinks the Royal Rumble was the greatest of all time. Some people are saying this is the greatest Elimination Chamber of all.
I have to go back and look, but there's a few couple that'll beat that one.
Okay.
But I can't tell you which ones. I have to research it. But
The Michaels one. There was one Shawn Michaels was in. It was pretty good.
Well,
the Royal Rumble is going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, that's it. We're going to bring our special guest in, Johnny Blaze.
Waiting patiently.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
he
Thank you, Johnny Blaze, because you went
Yeah, we was packed today. Sorry about that, John.
No. You saved the best for last.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Especially after Marcus's review of the Elimination Chamber. Definitely saved the best for last.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen.
Marcus is a tough critic.
Yeah, he's a tough critic today.
That way.
Bad move.
You're that way.
That's all right. It takes a tough one every now and then, right?
That's true.
We got to have that harsh criticism.
We'll start off with Marcus, and we'll go to Warren, then me, and then Chris. Okay, Marcus.
All right. Well, first off, now this will be interesting to see if you remember the first time you ever seen me.
I'm trying to block that out.
No, this will be interesting because then I'll give him a story and see if he remembers it.
Story time with Marcus Fine.
I'm thinking
I had that earlier this week.
I'm thinking it was at the Ramada.
Nope. It was before that. All right, let's try this. EWF Arena. Do you remember? Now, see, I remember your brother. He introduced us at WCWO. First time I seen you. Do you remember the loser leaves Marion match between your brother, Dozer, and cousin Cooter Clampett? It was like on a Wednesday show.
Yeah.
That's the first time I seen you. Now, we didn't meet until the Ramada Inn. No, Lafayette. Because Baxter had a show at Lafayette Reilly Brothers.
Yeah, really, brother.
I recognized your brother, and he said, well, do you remember my brother? And he introduced us then. So it was in the Ramada or the Reilly Brothers in Lafayette. Then they had a show that following Friday at the Ramada Inn. So,
Yep.
okay. So anyhow, there we got that. Many years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, first one I always ask is, how did you get interested in this great sport, and when did you start?
My interest started. My uncle took me to a local show at the National Guard Armory in Logansport, Indiana. While I was there, I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I got to see Dick the Bruiser, Monsoon, Gorilla Monsoon. Who else was there? Bobo Senior, a few others, and just I remember seeing Dick the Bruiser and just being impressed with his size and his fierceness, man, and just his larger than life persona. It captured me, man. It had me completely in awe, and yeah, it hooked me, made me want to be that guy.
All right, Warren, you can go ahead.
Do you want to do Kelly's question? I want to know the answer.
Yeah, we can do Kelly's question.
You see that
Kelly
one?
wants to know, who's your favorite super fan, Kelly or Marcus?
Oh my goodness! Look at her. She's pitting me. She's pitting me in the middle.
She fits everybody in the middle. Chris had to answer it this past week too.
Oh wow.
That's one of the very few questions he got the answer. But anyhow,
I'm only going to give a slight edge to Kelly because of her hugs. Kelly's fantastic.
That's about the way it goes.
Marcus, you gotta start hugging more, Marcus.
No, I'll just let Kelly do that.
Marcus's hugs are still a little rough.
That definitely will be now. No.
All right. My question is, obviously, you can sort of see in the background, I am a geek and a nerd, video games, comic books, etc. The name Johnny Blaze, is it because of Ghost Rider?
No. Funny story. It actually, I found that out later. I never realized his name was Johnny Blaze. I always knew of Ghost Rider because of the comics and stuff. I was never really big on comics, but I knew a little bit, and I knew about Ghost Rider, but I never knew his name was Johnny Blaze. How it started was my original name with Landmark Wrestling Federation was Johnny B. And when I left Landmark Wrestling Federation to go to WCWO, I wanted to change the name because I wanted it to be different. I wanted something else. And everybody kept asking me what the B stood for. And just started looking at myself. And I was like, man, Blaze just fits. I was like, the B stands for Blaze. It's who I am. It's what I do. So,
Right.
got to blaze them trails.
Okay, my first question, since somebody stole my first question, Warren. That was my first question. that was my very first question.
I usually never steal your questions.
I know, and that was the very first one I had. That was my very first one I had. I said, look at this. I said, okay.
I'm gonna share something real quick because now you brought it up. So somebody bought me this as a gift, and I'm just gonna flip it around here and put it in front of the camera real quick. Yeah. So yeah, that was a nice little gift.
Can you show that again?
Oh yeah,
Chris,
absolutely.
can you make that bigger so I can see it? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
That is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it's got the little comic book cover, but in the back, it's a nice little collectible.
That's awesome. Well, okay. My
Yeah.
question then, since somebody stole mine, is what do you think of when I say these names? My first name is going to be Don Basher.
Wow. Pops. That got a little soft spot there in me. Got a lot of love for that man. He took us in when we came in, and he welcomed us into his home. He taught us. He took what we already knew, and he taught us, and he loved on us. He gave us a home. He gave us places to work other than just for him. You know, he found us other work around the state. He pushed us. I have nothing but good things to say about Don Basher. I love that man, and I miss him terribly.
That's the one negative thing that I have, is that we started late doing this independent stuff, me and Chris, that we didn't get to meet Don Basher. I really hate that. I wish I would have got to meet him. Next name, Joey Owens.
Oh, my brother. That's my brother.
Next name, TJ Powers.
TJ Powers. Oh, mentor. He's really him and I have gotten really close lately, and man, I'm extremely thankful for that, man.
I have one last one. We'll go young on this one. Mike Noble.
Ah, my little brother, my little brother. Extremely proud of what he's doing, what he's accomplished. Big ups to Mike Noble. I love you, brother.
Okay, Chris.
All right, you'll probably have a pretty interesting answer for this because you've been around in the business for a while. What's the biggest difference in the business now to when you first got into the business?
Ooh. Oh man. I'd have to say the locker room. Locker room's really different. The approach to the business by these younger kids, the presentation has changed, and I won't say it's in a bad way. It's just new for me, just something that I've had to kind of get used to and had to learn to work around. But man, the business right now, as a whole, I'm completely blown away with how large things have gotten in such a short amount of time. I mean, just at WCWO, wow, man, we're packing the house more often than not. It's just I don't know. It set something off here, and man, and we're seeing promotions around the state just start to get more and more attention, and the business is growing, and it's a great time to be a part of everything going on. I'm just excited to be here, especially at my age.
Okay, Marcus.
All right. We'll go. Who trained you? Who trained you? I know Basher had a big hand in your training, but you had training before him. So
originally was a man named Jeff Taylor. He wrestled under the moniker Viper.
Okay.
And yeah, he also had another one that he wrestled under the American Warrior. He had two personas. They both wore masks. But he was the owner of Landmark Wrestling Federation out of Logansport, Indiana. That's where I was sitting around with a friend of mine. We saw an ad in the newspaper for professional wrestlers, and so we called him up, and yeah, the rest was history. We went right to it. Spent about 2 years with Jeff. And then some really bad things kind of came out, and so we jetted, and we started doing our research, and we found that the place we wanted to go was WCWO, and so we went to a show and watched a show and waited to talk to Don Basher after the show, and yeah, that's how it all started there.
Okay, one.
All right, I'm gonna give you a chance here to speak out to some of these people like, oh, wrestling's fake, blah blah blah, and that. Why don't you tell us the worst bump you have
No. That's
No?
my question. That's my question. You can't go there.
Okay, then rewind now.
Now you're not taking my
No, I
question.
could've
I'll
said
stop you.
more.
Tony
You
didn't
said
stop
more.
you. I'm stopping you.
Okay,
You
then
can't ask that. That's my
I'll
question.
rewind this. I'll pull a classic one out of my bag. I'll pull a classic. Which would you rather have? A 3-month run as a heavyweight champion or a 10-month run as an intercontinental champion?
I would say a 10-month run as an intercontinental champ. I think a lot of people take away from that intercontinental championship. and the prestige that it has.
Awesome. And then, as people can see, this isn't scripted because I've been pulling other people's questions out of the bag here. So we don't talk about this stuff before it happens.
Yeah, well, I have to stop that one because we'll see. That'll be
Okay.
the next question.
So I held the WCWO Outlaw title twice, and yeah, I never held either of the other. I never held the Gunslinger or the Territorial. So
Wow.
He was tag champ.
maybe that's in my foreseeable future.
If
Never
you
know.
started,
Tag champ, right? You and Dozer were tag champs, right?
Yes, we 2-time,
And you
Dozer.
and Gallardo were tag champs.
and then me and Guy Lombardo were tag champs as well. Yes, I'm a 3-time WCWO tag team champion. So yes, I did hold the tag team titles as well. Thank you for that correction, Marcus.
if you started your own wrestling company, who would be the first 3 people you would hire?
Ooh. I would say, as far as workers, as far as wrestlers,
However you want to do it.
or behind the scenes. Well, because it would be a different approach for each one. Because if it was wrestlers,
Do both.
I'm going to say, huh?
Do both of them. Do
All
behind the
right,
scenes 3. And
Okay, we'll do wrestlers first, and I'll say IK3, Michael Elgin, and Brandon Day.
Oh, damn.
That's a good 3 to start with.
I'd say so.
Actually, Michael's. I believe Elgin's still dealing with some medical issues.
Yep.
I'll sub him for Logan Myers.
And prayers out to Mike Well.
That's still real.
Yeah. Speaking of that, prayers out to Michael. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And as for behind the scenes, let's see. Of course. Ooh, man. And this, am I allowed to poach from other companies?
Yep. However you want to do it.
All right. Well, I mean, first, he's my brother, and I've seen the success. It's tried and true. Joey Owens would be my first hire. My second hire behind the scenes would be Mark House. And my third hire behind the scenes, man, I don't think he gets enough credit. Cecil Cerveza.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay. What do you love most about the wrestling business, and what do you hate the most about the wrestling business?
What do I love the most? The brotherhood, the family. It's unmatched, really. What do I hate the most? Politics in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Politics in the locker room, and I don't mean like, this political Democratic Republican bullshit. I mean the actual, the politics of the locker room. I don't think there's a place for it. Creative is creative for a reason. When it's presented, thank you, sir. May I have another? That's just my point of view on it. So,
Marcus?
All right, we'll go ahead and get into it. When I told David Lee Friday night we was having you on Monday, he also brought it up, the worst injury. I'm sure the worst injuries, you and Joey's match.
yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Do you guys know this story, Warren?
No.
All right.
I know.
I was there. David Lee was there. My son was there. And yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I was actually the outlaw champion at the time. Me and JKO, he was Indiana Kid Jr. at the time. We just started the match. It was, I mean, man, boom, 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 going hot, heavy, quick, bam, bam, bam. It was just, everything was going smooth. And man, we literally had just started. I think we were maybe a minute into the match, and he whipped me into the ropes. And I made that mistake of not putting my arm up and grabbing the rope. And when I hit the ropes, the top rope, all I heard was the ka-chink. And then next thing I know, I was on the floor, and I felt kind of funny. I kind of tried to move, but I felt some pain in my neck, and he came down and he grabbed me by my hair and went to pick me up off the floor, and I resisted. He's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No." And they ended up calling an ambulance. They came, they took me to the hospital to check me out. When I had went out of the ring, after when I went out backwards, the back of my neck met the edge of the ring, right, like at the top of the apron, that top edge, and that's where I hit, and I folded, hit there, bounced off of the edge of the ring, and then tumbled to the floor. Well, that impact, I hit my neck on the edge of the ring, shifted the, I believe it was the C. It's the C in the neck, right? Is it C or T? C?
Let's see.
Yeah, the 3 and 4 shifted, and he said it was, my spinal cord was 1/8 of an inch from being severed, and that I was going to have to stay in the hospital in a neck brace on bed rest. I wasn't allowed to get out of the bed. I wasn't allowed to move. I was basically had to lay there for 3 days. They were running MRIs and CAT scans constantly for 3 days with no improvement. Day 3 comes around, and they said that if there was still no improvement, that they were going to have to go in and do surgery. And they went in, ran another CAT scan. They come back, and the doctor was shaking his head, put the films in, and he compared the two, and he said, "Man, I've never seen anything like this." He said, "Your neck, just from yesterday to today, completely realigned itself." And I was like, "Wow, that's pretty impressive." He's like, "Yeah, I've never seen anything like it." He's like, "But just for precaution, we're going to send you home in a neck brace." But yeah, that was my scariest and worst injury, definitely.
So did this happen after Dub?
No.
No.
They ran
No.
They had a venue on the South Emerson Avenue in the Ramada Inn. They ran in the banquet room of the Ramada Inn. The Dub wasn't even here yet.
Beach Grove, baby.
They were filming. That's where they filmed their TV shows.
Yep.
And it was the main event that night. I remember because that top rope broke, and within 5 minutes they had us all out of there. I mean, Russ Ray was the ring announcer, and Basher said, "Get him out of here." And then
we saw a rope break and they were setting the ring up. Jackson Morgan, remember he went
over the top.
There in Lebanon.
Yeah,
I think Marcus was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
I got a follow up, Johnny, on that. How long, if you can remember, of course, I know that's been some time. How long was it till you was back in the ring competing?
Could you repeat that?
How long was it till you was back in the ring wrestling again?
I think I was out for 6 months because the doctor said he wanted me to at least be out for 6 months because of precautions, because he didn't want to see that any kind of impact or anything caused that to shift again. And I never had any more issues out of it. Still to this day, I mean, I get some neck soreness in it, but nothing major. No major issues.
Definitely had a blessing there, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. The other one was the shoulder. It still gives me fits, but it doesn't stop me. Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, not to change the subject, we've got Jared Kripke on here saying thanks for the nominations and the for the wrestler and the heel of the year. So he's saying thanks. So at least we're getting some praise. We're not getting bitched at by everybody.
Well, Morgan also compliment.
We'll see how thankful he is later this month when I'm co-GM and he's going to have to abide by some rules.
Don't have to go.
I never took you for a company, mate, Warren.
Hey.
Hey, does that mean GWR gets some say in? We have some say at WPW now.
We know somebody. We do know somebody. That's true.
Yeah.
Warren.
All right, I'm going to give you a time machine and a ticket to front and center any wrestling event ever in the past that you'd want to attend front and center.
Ooh. I would want to be there for Hogan's heel turn. Honestly. I mean, just to witness that moment because it was so huge. I mean, there's so many moments in wrestling that I could pick, but I don't know. That one just stood out to me because it was such a huge moment. All right, that nobody expected that.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Chris?
I mean, just to be there live, yeah, that would have been amazing.
And to throw some trash too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have
thrown crap. You betcha.
Oh yeah. I might even spit at him.
Best piece of advice you've received about the wrestling business and who gave it to you?
Man. It was probably Joey Owens, about 20 some years ago. Back, it was a long time ago. He told me to slow down and enjoy the ride because it could be taken from me at any time. But until then, we were going to ride together. And I don't know. That just kind of stuck with me. Slow down and enjoy it. And it's what I've always tried to do. I think that's a good piece of advice for now. I find myself getting in a hurry. I think that's probably because I get in a hurry because I know that I don't have much time left in the ring, realistically speaking. So I feel like that's probably why I get in a hurry a bit.
Chris?
In your eyes, what's been your biggest accomplishment in your career?
I would have to say just getting to wrestle in different states for different promotions. The what could have been also that, but the biggest accomplishment, oh God, man, is probably the TV run with WCWO. You know, being on TV. I still to this day get people that remember me from TV. It's uncanny, really.
That'd be cool. Okay, guys, Marcus, we have 2 questions left.
2 left. Okay. All right, we'll go with this. Kind of a 2-part question. Greatest opponent you've ever had, and anybody you want to work that you haven't.
Man, I've worked a lot of names, man. Quicksilver, he's one that stands out. the battles I had with JKO, man. I have to give it to Joey, man. Honestly, he really pushed me. He really pushed me to my limits and pushed me to be better. Yeah, and I still get that from him anytime I step in the ring with him now.
Okay, Warren.
Okay, I don't know your full catalog, so apologies there. But do you prefer working as a heel or as a face?
Oh man, I'm I'm loving the heel. I was a face for so long, and you get comfortable. I'm my face run it rivals John Cena's. You know, he had 23 years. I had 20. So, or 22. Sorry, 22. I had 22 years. So I was close. But yeah, man, it was fun, but it got comfortable and almost easy. Except for when I came back. It was really hard. But it started to pick up, and then man, the heel turn. The heel turn was phenomenal, and it worked. And man, I love it. I don't want to go back to being a baby.
Okay.
Ever.
Dream match to compete in and dream match to watch.
Dream match to compete. It was already promised to me. Realistically speaking, IK3. He already told me he'd give me one before I go. So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You might even see it. I don't know. You might even see it a couple times. Depends on how long I stick around. And to watch. Oh, I would love to see IK3 work Seth Rollins.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be I think that'd be a phenomenal match.
I agree. Chris?
If somebody new to the business came to you for some advice, what would be your best piece of advice for somebody just getting into the business?
Listen to your coaches. All of the torture and the pain and all of the grueling hours training and doing what you think is unnecessary is absolutely necessary and is going to get you to exactly to where you want to be. And it's a true litmus test of whether you it'll let you know whether you really belong in the business or not. So yeah, just pay attention to what they're saying. Pay attention to what they're teaching you. Soak it up, man. And if you can, take notes because, man, soak up everything you can. Be a sponge. Be a sponge.
Okay, Marcus?
All right. Well, before I ask the question, Tony and I have talked about your heel facial expressions and how well you do that. Saturday was a testimony to that on your look on your face in disgust of your opponents and fans and me and anybody else you had your eyes set on. You have a good facial expression for a heel. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I practice that in the mirror.
And the mirror doesn't break?
Sometimes. I went through a few.
Can I say something real quick, Marcus? Not only just with your heel stuff, just when you're selling, when you're taking punishment, whatever, your facial expressions are outstanding. And that's something I watch a lot in regular pro wrestling. That's something I think it's missing in regular pro wrestling and in the independent scene, more of it. The more selling, the better, in my opinion. I think you do it very well. Sorry to interrupt, Marcus.
No, you're fine. I knew you meant to say that. You just forgot. One of them things you forget.
I'm getting
Okay. My final question is always, you tell us a funny story and you don't have to censor it unless it just gets totally out of the wall.
He's trying to get us thrown off here, isn't he?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
But
no.
I know some people hold back their funny stories because they think we're going to censor it.
worry.
No, don't
Well, they're
worry
worried
about
about getting canceled, probably. They don't want to get canceled.
I would have to say, it was Really Brothers. The nights at Really Brothers after the show always tended to get a little wild. For those that aren't familiar with Really Brothers in Lafayette, Indiana, it was a bar, and on one side they had a dance club. It was like all nightclub feel, and then on the other side where we did the shows was like this beach feel, like this beach club feel. They had a little walk-up tiki bar, and there was a volleyball court with sand, and yeah, it was it. But we did this show, and these girls were in the crowd, and they were, of course, they were marking out and screaming, "Johnny, Johnny!" And it turned into a running joke at every show. Now the guys, and I'd come in, and as soon as I'd walk in the locker room, it turned into Johnny, Johnny. So it just was like a running joke. It was them screaming Johnny like little girls.
that was those stripper girls, right? See, you censored it. It was those strippers. Wasn't
It was the strippers, wasn't
it? Was
it?
the strippers. Yes.
Yes,
See,
it
you
was.
censored it.
Marcus ain't
I was like, oh, yeah, we're
Quicksilver come out, and one of them strippers could flex her boobs. And I know
Marcus don't remember this yet.
Individually.
yeah, they
It
were.
was like,
And he walked past that girl like,
Marcus can barely remember yesterday, but boy, he can remember those strippers.
yeah, I knew what he was talking about when he started saying that.
Okay, Ward.
I think I know the answer, but I always ask this one. What are you? Are you a degenerate, or are you an NWO?
I'm Wolfpack, baby.
I had a feeling when you said Hogan heel turn that you're gonna go NWO route. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My final question is your favorite food, favorite music, favorite TV show.
What was the last one?
TV show.
All right. Favorite food. I have really come to like lamb. It's delicious. Favorite. What was the second one?
Music.
Favorite music. Like genre.
Well, yeah, however you want to do it.
Man. Favorite genre? Golly, man, that's hard because I'm such a music fan. My playlist is literally a mashup of just about everything you can think of. I mean, I have classical music on there. I've got heavy metal. I've got gangster rap. I've got hip hop, R&B. I mean, I think I might even have NSYNC on there. I can't remember. It's crazy. My playlist is just wild. It's hard to really pick a favorite. But if I had to pick a favorite, I would say metal. Heavy metal.
And do you have a favorite metal band?
Yes. I'm forever tried and true old school metal fan, Pantera.
Okay. And favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show. I don't really watch TV, but when I do watch TV, it's either it's Raw.
Okay, Chris.
All right. What I do for my last question is basically give you a chance to promote yourself. Tell people where they can find you, upcoming shows, social media, any of that good stuff.
Yes, actually, my upcoming shows are, I've got, of course, every Friday night at WCWO, minus one weekend this month. I will be gone. I have a little hiatus, planned, but, WCWO every Friday night at 1151 Kentucky Avenue. You can come and see me there. You can also see me at Evolution Wrestling in Logansport, Indiana. Our next show there is March 15th at 7 p.m. And I am wrestling for the Southern Alliance title there, championship title there, against Eli Devlin. You're going to come check me out, watch me smack that punk around a little bit, teach him a lesson, show him how old school gets down. Keep your eyes open for more dates. I'm working on some future dates with us, 3 other promotions right now. So, social media, the original Johnny Blaze on Instagram and Brother Johnny Blaze on Facebook. Come check me out.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Johnny does a great job. Hey, appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks.
All right, you too, man.
Real quick, before we go, I want to say something real quick. I think I can stand on behalf of everybody here with GWR. Our viewership is really doing great, guys, and we want to thank the fans out there. I want to thank all the wrestling promotions and all the independent wrestlers who come on the show and everything. Thank all of them too. This past week, man, we're already like that. Almost 1,500 people watched last Monday's show, and it was like the next day almost at 1,000. And so it just growing and growing. And again, thanks to all the people that's watching. Thanks to all the promoters, that have us come do shows and stuff. And thanks to all the wrestlers that come on and help us get the content that we do have. So we greatly appreciate that. And I think all these guys would agree with that. And things are going very well. So we got some new things we're talking about doing. So we'll hopefully be able to tell people about that soon. And thank everybody for listening, for watching.
We got what? So Sunday you guys are FEW and
FEW.
I'm going to be West with AVW. They're starting back up. So in Danville, Illinois.
Kelly and I will be with Warren. We're going to split the team this weekend.
Okay. And Saturday there's a big show. Is that one in
Anderson
or Fortville?
Well, Wrestling Theology's in Anderson.
Is in Anderson. So Wrestling Theology's got a show. You can check it out on social media and get all the information for it. But they do good work. So check it out.
They're bringing in Calvin Takeman.
Friday nights.
Yeah. Wrestling Theology. Yeah. Yeah. Wrestling Theology's got Calvin Takeman coming in this weekend. So, and they do good work. WTF does really good work. So.
Then I got to start working my new position. So I'm gonna keep saying it. March 23rd, Warrior Pro Wrestling.
You need to tell Warrior Pro we want cushion chairs for the commentary team.
Got to check the budget.
Check the budget.
And AACW's running the
Want free Mountain Dew. We got those some perks.
Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend is Comic-Con, guys. WCWO will be at Comic-Con. Check out Comic-Con. Check out WCWO. The wrestling shows are free. It's with your ticket to get into Comic-Con. You can come see all the wrestling shows. They'll do, 12, 13, 14, 15 shows during those 3 days. So come out and check out WCWO at Comic-Con.
And then I say, Warrior Pro Wrestling on Facebook. New Generation Wrestling on Facebook. All Vermilion Wrestling on Facebook. WCWO on Facebook. Like them, follow them. You're going to find out where everything is and whatever's going on. So
FEW, so you don't cry.
FEW, people haven't been to the show yet. Funkified, check them out. They do great work. A lot of great promotions out there.
Yeah, get on there, follow them all on Facebook. It helps them out too.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. I can follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. And we'll see you guys next Monday.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win.